Yo, it's Candio live from Ground Zero. Man, there's so much going on right now, man. So much going on right now, man. Thank God to be alive. Thank God for everything you have and everything you don't have. Thank God, man. I mean, I wish people would you know, the famous words of Noriega, you know, your man from Drink Champs, Nori. Super thug. Relax. I mean, that's really like Frankie Goes to Hollywood, though. And back in the days, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, he had that song Relax. Don't do it. They had that song, and everybody had the shirt. That was like really big. Everybody had the shirt. Relax. Everybody had the shirt. Yeah, it was a really big deal. Like everywhere you went, people was wearing that shirt. That was pretty good. It hasn't been done since. I mean, I don't know if I've seen it, but Young Jeezy. I remember with the snowman shirts. That was the snowman shirt. Yeah, that was. Anyway, yo, because there's a lot going on, man. I know people are rioting, so on and so forth. But it's a big topic right now, man. Racism is a big topic right now. I just want to start this by saying, man, that listen, racism, yes, is bad. Bigotry is bad. Yes, people do it in different forms. Yes, there's different levels to it. Yes, there's levels where you don't get a job. Yes, there's levels where there's levels where people try to kill you too. You know what I mean? Like there's like levels to it. Yes. Okay, and it's a problem. Yes, that is a problem. And that's it, like it with any extremists. Extremists it can be a problem, you know what I mean? It can be a problem. You know, the people that are labeled as extremists anyway. So racism is a really hot topic right now. I don't know why it's all over every single feed. Every single feed. I mean, and it's a big deal. You know, rest in peace to all people who were wronged and lost their lives while being wronged. Everybody. But this video is specifically about blacks. In a whole, yes, but black Americans. American blacks. Dark-skinned people. But that's about that, yes. But in going into that, it can happen to anybody. So, in thinking about whether or not you're gonna be racist or not, or whether a person is racist or whatever like that, it makes you think about, you know what? We gotta end that whole racism thing. Not that people being racist, that's different. People being racist, or I'm talking about the racism thing of everyone being afraid of racism in the way that they are. Like they're just so afraid of that word and afraid of it, of being called a racist, of somebody doing something racist. Everybody's afraid of the word racist. You know, even though we take it out of context, we're not really using it correctly. You know, because a lot of times when I hear people are talking about bigotry. You know, I mean, as far as like the definition of the word, like, you know, bigotry. But I guess it's like freestyle, right? Like when they, back in the day, say freestyle was like off the head. Off the head meant that like you just made it up on the spot, freestyle. But then freestyle after that meant that, you know, you just writing, you just spitting a rhyme about anything or whatever, or, you know, like freestyle, whatever. So the words get mixed up. So racism is getting mixed up. So a lot of times it's bigotry when people say, especially when they say, oh, a black person is racist. Yeah, but really and truly, for the true definition of the word, it's really more bigoted than anything, you know? Because, you know, racism is a person who's in power, who's able to use his power. So now if a black person had a company and was hiring only a certain type of person, a certain color person, or a certain nationality of person, you know, he could be racist. Right? So it gets deep, right? Because then look, the guy, he has a company. He hires only a certain demographic of people because they can pay them less. They don't necessarily have to be black. They could be any race. Whoever takes the lower amount. And it just ends up being that there's a whole bunch of people of that same race working for this person. Is that person racist? If he say, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't want you to work here because of this. Or I don't want you in here because of that. Or, hey, yo, I want you to watch him because of this. I mean, that could be just anybody, right? But that's kind of like bigoted. But like racism is a little bit crazy. We know what it is. We know what it is. We know what it is. Okay, racism is crazy. All right. But let's not even think about racism anymore. Hold on. Hear me out. Let's not think about racism anymore. Why? Because it takes the focus off of what's the most important thing. Because I know there's going to be people who's going to be like, yeah, this is about race, this is about race. But then there's going to be people who, you know, like really and truly what it's about is right and wrong. That's it. This is about right and wrong. Right? Hear me out. Because racism, yes, is bad, but it's all relative, or it's in, because it's how do I look at it? I don't like it. I don't like, you know, when people act like that. I don't like when people click up together against, you know what I'm saying, another person and try to make them feel lesser of a person, or try to, you know what I mean, like stop them from doing whatever. I don't know, from shining. Stop them from shining. You know what I mean? So it's like messed up. Yes. When I was in junior high, and even some in grade school too, and it's all the way through, but junior high was really rough. I grew up in a mostly Spanish neighborhood, and that neighborhood is a foggy day today. The neighborhood right over here, Lower East Side. This is only part of the Lower East Side, but that's it, Lower East Side. Thanks for holding that for me. I grew up there, looking at this train, the J train. The J train, it had all the graffiti on it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, top to bottoms. Back in the days, talking about the 80s, I used to look out the windows. Right over here, the windows. I used to look out those windows right over there. And look at the J train go across the Williamsburg Bridge. You know? And anyway, so predominantly Spanish neighborhood, and Spanish people, you know, they used to click up. And, you know, just try to make people feel bad, or, you know what I'm saying, like, about, you know, nappy hair. You know, that's just basically what the stigma or the isms or whatever we want to call it, stigmatisms that black people, you know, have about, you know, that the hair's nappy and it's not correct. You know, if you have nappy hair and straight hair is good hair, and, you know, that brings the whole thing why women wear weaves and stuff like that, and, you know, why people want to be light skinned and stuff like that. You know, maybe not all people, okay, yes, but there's, you know, so it was really, really big, especially back in the days. People were really, really hung up on that because it was really bad. I mean, like the feeling that you would get. I don't know how it came out, because nobody never necessarily said it. It's just like little things that people say, or the way people look, or people react, or the way people, you know, and then the things that you see, you know, you don't see anybody, you know, who looks like you in a certain way. You only see them in this particular way, like standing in front of the liquor store, or hanging out over here, or not really as flashy, or not really, you know, like, you know, disheveled, or uncouth, or, you know, ignorant, or, you know, just like, you know, just that type of person. You know, it's like, you're like, oh wow, you know, people who piss in the elevator, you know, people who, you know what I'm saying, like, you see shit like that, and you're like, you know, and you get that feeling. So maybe, you know, Spanish people not doing it on purpose. Maybe they sticking together too, because people, you know, like, hey, you can't speak English, whatever. You know, I don't know. I know everybody has their own thing of why they do whatever. I'm just talking about from the black experience. And I used to feel that type of way. Like, I used to feel it, like how, you know, Spanish people was like click up in a certain way in school. And, you know, you just felt like, I mean, and me, and also because my name was Afrocentric, so it was like, you know, it was like, so it was like, you know, everybody had all these regular names and shit. You had this outlandish name. You know, outlandish names wasn't cool back then. You know what I mean? I mean, it was outlandish because it was like, you know, Afrocentric, but it was like, you know, And not many people were named those names, you know. And my name is very special, so it was even more crazy, especially with the Spanish people, because it ends in an A. So they were like, oh, yeah, you know, then a lot of females have the name, and then, you know, so it was like, but not many males have the name, and then it was just like, so, you know, then there's a unisex name, I don't ever know. But anyway, so, you know, I understand how it feels, and that feeling is bad, and people don't like that feeling. You know what I'm saying? People don't like that feeling. Nobody's gonna like that feeling, being, you know, outside or whatever like that. And a lot of times it makes you frustrated, man. You're not trying to rob nobody, but the lady grabs her purse when she looks at you. But then I understand, because there is some kid who kind of looks like me who snatched a purse. You know, stories go around about some kid who snatched a purse, and then there's a whole big thing of why is this guy snatching a purse? He snatched a purse because of what? Because of drugs? Okay, where did drugs come from? How come he got the drugs? How come because the parents are why the parents are this? So it's convoluted. It gets crazy. It's like, to try to fix it is kind of crazy. But if we do a hardcore approach to everything, kind of like how we did with everything right now with what's going on. You know, everybody was, you know, it was crazy. The whole world did it at one time. And the world changed and whatever. And, you know, hopefully changed for the better. And, you know, and we're getting back to our new normal or whatever it is. So, that's crazy. So, because of all of that, why don't we just look at things differently just for 1 second? I mean, maybe more than just 1 second, but look at things differently, and it might help us. Because of the fact that if we get distracted with other things, there's too many feelings that go on, and nobody's really wrong. Everybody's right, and everybody's wrong at the same time. But there are laws, and there's laws that we all, as a collective, as a people, a light and a dark people, a tall and a short people, a fat and a skinny people, a rich and a poor people, we all together collectively vote on, you know, certain policies and laws and so on and so forth, right? Okay. Then there's constitutional law and all this other stuff too. So there's stuff that's just already written. Yeah, whatever. But the most important thing I want to get to here is this. There's right and there's wrong. There's law, man. There's law. So now there's right and there's wrong. Should this guy wear his hat inside the house or inside the building? Or should this guy take his hat off inside the building? What's right and what's wrong? Right? Should this guy hold the door for the lady or should this guy not hold the door for the lady? What's right and what's wrong? To each person, you know what I mean? It could be simple as that. It all depends on who you are and how you look at it. So you're looking at it a certain way, what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? But then there's laws. Now, if the law is for you to take your hat off when you're inside this building, then you have to take your hat off when you're inside this building. That's the law. Or if that's the rules. That's it. Okay. Now, when you break the rules, things happen. When you break the law, things happen. Boom. Okay, you see where I'm going with this, right? Now, who cares if you don't like women or if you're a woman beater and blah, 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 and you held the door for the lady? Who cares if you're a woman beater and blah, 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 and all this other stuff, and you didn't hold the door for the lady? Who cares? That's not important. Is that important? No. What's important? Did you hold the door or did you not hold the door? That's what's important. Stay with me. That's what's important. Did you hold the door for the lady or did you not hold the door for the lady? That's what's important. That's it. It doesn't matter if you like to wear pink shirts on Wednesdays. It don't matter if you kiss men at night. It don't matter if you like to lick feet. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. This Ken Dio live from Ground Zero, Quentin Tarantino. Because I don't know. It sounded crazy. That sounded crazy. But what I'm going to say is this. It sounded crazy, but what I'm going to say is this. All of that doesn't matter if we're talking about who held the door for the lady. And if it's right or if it's wrong to hold the door for the lady. Or if I liked or if I didn't like that you held the door for the lady. Now, is it the law for you to hold the door for the lady? That's a different story now. If it's the law for you to hold the door for the lady, who cares about everything else? Who cares about everything else? If the law is you have to hold the door for the lady, right? If that's the law, who cares about everything else? You broke the law. You did not hold the door for the lady. You did not hold that door for the lady. You broke the law. That's it. And now because you broke the law, there's consequences. Whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? In this case, everybody looks at you like, you know, you're a piece of shit. You didn't hold the door for the lady. So everybody has to look at you like you're a piece of shit. Just at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Just at that moment, they look at you like you're a piece of shit only because you didn't hold the door for the lady just at that moment. But it's the law, and that's the penalty. That's the penalty if you break the law. If the law is hold the door for the lady. Who cares if you are racist? Who cares if you are a racist? Who cares? If you didn't hold the door for the lady, it's the law for you to hold the door for the lady. You being a racist has nothing to do with the fact that you didn't hold the door for the lady. Right? All we talking about here is holding the door for the lady. Yeah, we could talk about all the other stuff later about yeah, man, it was messed up that guy. And you know he didn't hold the door for her because he's a racist. You know that, right? Really? Oh, wow, that's messed up, man, that he did that. Because he's a racist. Wow, that's messed up that he did that. Right? So, if he's like, yo, F you, Black B, and doesn't hold the door for the lady. F you, Black B, and doesn't hold the door for the lady. Okay, then we might say, you know what? That was a hate crime. He said F you. So we have proof it was a hate crime. Undeniable proof. Why? Because of the fact that he shouted racial epithets at the time that he wasn't holding the door for the lady. And it's the law for him to hold the door for the lady. And he did it because she was against the race that he was, or whatever. He was against the race that she was. Right? Okay, now it's a hate crime. That's a different story. That's a different story. But now, there's no real proof that he's a racist or not a racist or whatever like that. There's no real proof. Forget about all the other stuff that happened before and everything like that. I'm only talking about, what the heck? I'm only talking about this time right here. This time right here. With George Floyd. With him. In Minneapolis. What happened there? That's what I'm talking about. Over there. That's what I'm talking about. So now, it's crazy. But this is the world that we live in, and this is what we've been through, and this is what we go through. But now, if we continue to focus on race, then nothing's going to get solved. We're going to have to focus on what is the real, because race and being a racist is, no, I should say being a bigot is wrong. Okay, yes. But being a racist in certain positions is not good. You can't be a racist and be in certain positions because you're going to favor other people. There's no way for you to do your job correctly. You know what I'm saying? There's no way for you to do your job correctly if you are in a position like that, like, you know, like a political position, or like, you know, like working, you know, if having a gun. That's, first of all, having a gun where you can shoot people. That is dangerous if you're a racist. That's very dangerous. And there's no real way to prove that he's racist and he's killing people for the fun of killing people because he doesn't like that person's color of his skin. We're going to have to prove that part. But the fact is that he did kill that guy, and we saw it on camera. He killed that guy, and that was it. That's all we need. We don't give a fuck if you're a racist or not. Being a racist does not matter. So everybody getting all worked up about racism and all this other shit right now, and he's a racist. Stop getting worked up about racism, bro. It don't fucking matter. Why? Because it's a free country. So people could be racist if they want, or bigots if they want. Now, they can't do shit like a crime racially motivated, like punch somebody in the face or some shit like that. You can't assault somebody or do something like that and be racially motivated and do that, because that's a fucking crime on top of that, because now it's a hate crime. But if it's very hard for you to see, you know what I'm saying, because it's not cut and dry. It's not cut and dry like, oh yeah, he was screaming out, you know, racial epithets or racial slurs while he was kneeling on that guy's neck. Now we can be like, yeah, you know what, that's a hate crime. Boom, that's it. But he wasn't saying none of that. And he was a police officer, and he was kneeling on the guy, and it was kind of like, you know, okay, he did it, maybe he did it wrong or whatever like that. But the guy said he can't breathe, and he was there for a long ass time. I didn't see the video. All I did was hear about it, and I didn't really need to see the video totally, because I saw enough of it, and the fact of the shit that happened in the end of the day, which was, oh shit, this is not the left turn, I'm bugging. 13th Street. That the I was bugging. That the yeah, nah, not there. Up here. All right, so anyway, so that's crazy. Anyway, come on. We going, but really and truly, the main shit that's the big deal is the fact that we can't focus on this racism, man. We can't focus on the racism. We can't focus on it, because it's gonna dilute with what's happening. Now, we need to be clear, cut, and concise. Like, yo, listen, this dude did this. It is wrong. I don't care what race the person was that died. I don't care what race the person was that did it. The fact is that you cannot do that. You can't do that. And it's happening too many times. And so, you know what? You need to say something, and we need to do something like, yo, arrest this guy now. Boom. Which brings to the next problem now. Now people are rioting. Why'd you wait so long to arrest the guy? Okay, they said that they need to wait, and they need to figure out, and need to make sure that they're doing steps, right steps. What the heck you talking about, right steps? You got the video, you got this, you got that. It's crazy. That's why people are rioting. But then people are not really rioting. People are protesting, and then other people are using this opportunity to do what they want. Why? Because it's a point of where people don't have, stuff. So they took this opportunity to go get stuff. Why? Because they have been out of work for 3 months. So this is like the perfect storm. But really and truly, that's only a few people. But then, you know, like people, you know, the crowd, people catch the fever, basically. You know what I mean? They see like people acting crazy, so it's a mob mentality forms. You know what I mean? Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whatever, it is what it is. So, because of all of this, it's just a big, giant, effing mess. You guys are pulling out? I bet. Anyway, so bet. So, all right, that's good. That's good. These guys are pulling out and all that. So, anyway, because of racism and all that, it's really messing up stuff for a lot of people, man. And it's like making it so that we're not focused on what the real problem is, man. And the real problem is the fact that this guy killed him, and he wasn't supposed to do nothing like that. This guy's handcuffed with his hands on his back. Not his hands up, not oh shoot, all of a sudden, split a second, I'm sorry, I was scared and I fired. No, the dude sat there for 5 minutes kneeling on this guy's neck with the guy saying I can't breathe. After there was a big thing about cops choking somebody and the guy saying I can't breathe. So that didn't click in your head. The guy's handcuffed and you have 4 other officers there. So what the heck was this guy going to do that was so crazy where you guys weren't going to be able to fucking handle it? Where you needed to subdue him like that with your knee on his neck, which is illegal. So anyway, so that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to fix that. So you need to call the DA's office. You need to call the DA's office, the mayor's office. The mayor already said it. The mayor of Minneapolis already said it, yo, that they have to do it, or that he suggests that the DA does it. It's kind of crazy that the DA hasn't done it as of yet, and this is Thursday, like 9 in the morning. So hopefully the DA does it soon, because this guy just needs to be arrested. Just arrest this guy. At least arrest this guy. Then go get the other 3, but at least arrest this guy, and you know what I mean, and arrest him and put him on trial. That's it, because you're innocent until proven guilty at the end of the day, but we see it all on camera, and so you're the #1 suspect. That's it. Bottom line. The penalty should be a little bit harsher because you have a power and authority, and you have the power to hurt and maim somebody, and, you know, it's like a boxer. If a boxer boxes you in the street, he can get in a lot of trouble because of the fact that his hands are lethal weapons. Now, if me and you box in the street, I can get in trouble, but not as much as if I was a trained boxer with my, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. So it's the same thing. Like a guy with a gun who's trained with a gun, who's trained to police people, and he's policing you, and while policing you, he fucking kills you. Not even that you wilding out and bugging out and trying to swing a knife at him, and then all of a sudden he shoots you by accident, or shoots you, you know, above the waist and you bleed out by accident or some shit like that. It's not even like that. He's like, yo, you're subdued, you're on your stomach, he's on your neck, your hands are tied behind your back, and this motherfucker's what's the name? That is crazy. Anyway, man, yo, it's Ken Dio live from Ground Zero, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Shout out to my whole YouTube collective, to all my peoples, the conglomerate, to all to Gully TV, to Ayo Nation, to Rap Trap, to Casego's Rap School, to Stupid Rappers. All of these are channels, man. Go follow these channels. Go subscribe to these channels. To BBN Network, Jack Frost, subscribe to their channel. To OG Products, subscribe to his channel. And Billionaire Charlie, subscribe to their channel. Come check out the cartoons on my channel. Shout out to Authentic. Shout out to Authentic Magazine. Shout out to Underground Convention, undergroundconvention.com, The Marketing Genius. If you need any real estate in New York, call me 646-481-9409. If you want to be a real estate agent, call me 646-481-9409. If you have any property to sell, or if you want to buy any property, you want to rent any property, you got property to rent, give me a call. If you need any advice or you have any questions about, you know, property in New York, give me a call, 646-481-9409. Anyway, beyond all of that, I'm going to sign off, man. I'm going to see y'all, man. You know, look both ways before you cross the street, man.